Mountaintop Network Radio.
I see you, Tavon. I see you, Jared. I see you, Big Brother Marley Moore. You and Sister Courage and Moore. I see y'all. Big Brother Fisher Brian. I call you Fisher Brian Howe. Man, I see you, Fisher, brother and friend. We about to get this thing started. Oh, yeah, we gonna talk about that, Tavon. We gonna talk about that. Juju!
Right there, sir. Wow.
Mountaintop Network Radio. Network Radio. Network Radio.
They said I could never talk good sports radio.
What you talking about, Will?
But I told them.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
So I found out.
It's a transmitter. It's a radio for speaking.
So I saw the light talking sports radio.
I have seen the light!
So I thought about starting Rev T Sports Revival.
By George, it's got it. By George, it's got it.
People are saying
you can see how you have progressed in the show, and I'll tell you what, man, it shows. I mean, it totally shows.
And our callers are saying this, right? Man, what you think about the Rev T Sports Revival?
No. The show seems really good. You seem like you have a lot of fun. This is why I called in, and you both know your sport. So it's always fun talking to people that know their sports. That's why I like to call in whenever I get a chance.
And after I introduce my guests, they say,
for that big intro, I don't know whether to make you my agent or have you call my mom.
Our guests are saying this.
Your broadcast always edifies, and y'all are inspirational. You're unselfish. You don't whitewash anything. You deal with the real problems and issues, whether they're popular or unpopular.
And they saying, I'm sounding like this great legend that had a mouthpiece in the radio business.
Man, you talking sports over there like T.D. Green, man. That's what I like about Rev T Sports Revival.
But most of all, this. Hey, Fred, what you think about the Rev T Sports Revival?
Hey, when you tell them Rev T, if they ears ain't used to great talk radio, they need to adjust. Because at the end of the day, being different ain't being wrong. It's just being who you are. If they scared to be who they are, they probably shouldn't be listening to your show anyway.
Why tweet about it when you could talk about it on the Rev T Sports Revival? Believe that, baby.
What's going on, bro?
We live right here in Mountaintop Network Radio DMV. I'm Tavon Fennell, that's the real Rev T. I'll tell it to the hot, I'll tell it to the cold. You gotta come to the sports revival to fill up your soul with all that good sports talk. I don't want no line, and I don't want to talk to nobody that be signified. Man, we got a good show for the people this morning. We got a good show for the people. Listen here. We gonna talk about NFL Week 14. We gonna preview this thing, y'all. Start looking at the playoff picture. I want to talk about LeVar Ball. He got banned by the Lakers. And then I want to talk about Bradley Beal. He put up 51 points last night. And we going to talk about a little bit of everything that happened in the world of sports. So I want y'all to lace your boots up, strap them up real tight, and come on and march with me. We live, baby, right here on the mountaintop. Mountaintop Network Radio TV, where the people's voice can be heard. Let's go. Man, I tell it to the hot, I tell it to the cold. You got to come to the Sports Revival to fill up your soul with all that good sports talk. Man, good morning to the people. I see y'all tuning in like soldiers and soldierettes, revivalites and revivalettes. They tuning in this morning right here on Mountaintop Network Radio. And you know me, I like to say good morning to the people and show the people love. Good morning to my godmother. She tuning in this morning right now. Barbara Bird, her and Mama Dewberry. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. Appreciate you so much. Big brother Patrick Durant, we see you, champ. And Deion Dante Bracey. Man, good morning to you, champ. Good morning, man. Good morning, Joseph Somerville. Jose, come and say I'm come and say I'm. Jose, my brother and friend. And big brother Chuck Harden, man, good morning to you. I got the other couple of Maxine Clark, we see you tuning in. Good morning to you, family. We appreciate you so much. 703-763-4979 is the number. If you want to talk a little bit of sports with me this morning, the phone lines is always open for the people. I'm trying to multitask here. Can I multitask? I'm multitasking, y'all. I'm sitting there multitasking. I'm trying to look at y'all from my phone and kind of just keep everything in home and dawning in. I missed a couple of names along the way. There you go. Jerry Sutton, man, good morning to you. Brian Fisher out, man, good morning to you. I see you. Carol Porter, hold on, champ. Don't go nowhere. I'm about to bring you in. I'm big brother Tavon Roof. Good morning to you this morning, man. Margie Fennell, good morning. I see you tuning in. I appreciate y'all so much. Big brother Albert Leon Cross, good morning. What's up, Michael, man? Michael Bowman, he in the building. 703-763-4979 is the number, y'all. But every now and then, and for the people who say Rev ain't got no friends, oh, yes, I do. I got a whole lot of friends. I just don't tell nobody who they is. But without further ado, y'all, right here on the line, we got Carol Porter III, CP3, Sports on the Hill podcast with Robbie Rob, a.k.a. Robbie Gross. What's going on, Carol? Good morning, champion.
Good morning, fam. What's going on, baby? It's been a couple of weeks since I had a chance to come on, so I got a late start to work today, so I figured I'd call on and have some fun with you this morning and get hyped with the Rev T, because like I say, no matter how my day going, no matter what's going on, I tune into you, man. I get a smile on my face, and I got to get hyped. Man, I tell it to the hot. I tell it to the cold. I don't talk to nobody that be lying, and I damn sure don't be dealing with no people that be signifying. Hey, but listen here, though, Carol. Y'all know, listen here, man. I told y'all I got to go get this surgery done soon. You might got to sit in and be a host for the Sports Revival a couple of mornings, Slim. We going to talk about that off the air. And I put you on the spot like that on the air so you can't say no. See how that work? I love you, bro. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it offline. I don't have no problem, man. You know I love the show. You know I can adjust my schedule out, and I'll make sure I got your back, bro. You know what type of tactics I just used on you live on the air? Yeah.
It's called Negro tactics. That's a Negro tactic. Man, good morning to Dexter Blackberry Lowry, man. Good morning to you. Glendale Austin, we see you tuning in. Yeah, and just to let you know, when you come into the Sports Revival with them fake accounts, you be suspect, and I will call you. I ain't got no problem with doing that. Ask Bam, I had to remind him how much of it, anyway. Hey, Carol, you know I'm over the top, champ. I ain't no shame to my game, man. But listen here, though, man. What you want to bring to the table at the Sports Revival this morning, brother?
I don't know, Rev. So where you trying to go this morning? You were talking about the ball situation. I found that hilarious. We can talk about that debacle last week, or we can talk about the charges upcoming. Depending on what you want to start talking about, Rev. It's your show.
I want to talk about Kunta Kinte, man. You know, Carol, it just amazes me how Kunta Kinte could get from one plantation to about 3 or 4 plantations before they even catch him. You know what I'm talking about? See, I done came up with a theory that Kunta Kinte had friends. You said you want to talk about something this morning, right?
Hey, I see we gonna talk this morning.
Yeah, man, Roots. And y'all know Black History Month coming up, and y'all better make sure y'all go watch Roots. And I ain't talking about that Roots 2015 jibbity bop they did. I'm talking about the Roots where he say, when they whipping his ass, and he say, Kunta Kinte, and they still just kept whipping it. You know what I'm talking about? That was the real Roots. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, fam. I sat there in school and watched that, bro.
Yeah. But listen here, though. And I brought up Kunta Kinte because Kunta Kinte had friends. But I know somebody who don't got no friends. Carol Porter III from Sports on the Hill podcast with Robert, a.k.a. Robert Gross, Robert Raw. I know who else ain't got no friends.
Who that is?
LeVar Ball. Them Bammers at the Los Angeles Lakers, they wanted to shut that Bama down so much, they done reached out and found the old law that they had. That can't know, yeah. But see, what was happening over there in Los Angeles during the home games was, in the family section, from what I understand, is right over there by the visitors' team entrance, right? And after the game, what was happening was that the reporters, they was running over to LeVar Ball after the game, and he was doing on-court interviews without media credentials. So what they did was they put a little gag order about the family members in the locker room, no interviews in the locker room, no interviews on the court, not unless you got media credentials, blase, family can't. In other words, I call it the LeVar Ball / RG3 daddy rule.
Well, they actually went a little bit deeper than that because it wasn't even the interviews that he was getting. They was cool with that, but from what I heard, after the last loss and LeVar Ball and his son's performance was so horrible, he actually was criticizing the coaches about being soft and not knowing how to coach his son.
My Lord!
After they got a win of that, that's when they went and dusted off some of the old law books that they had and found that rule and started to enforce it.
Oh, you's in trouble now. I got color purple going. Can't you hear Miss Silly saying that? Oh, hey. That was big offer, wasn't it, in the color purple? man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I love me some big Oprah. When Oprah lost all that damn weight and started running the marathons, I got mad as hell, girl. I was angry. I had protested for weeks. Bring back Big Oprah. I was sending chitlins and fatbacks, and I sent Oprah like 4 pans of macaroni and cheese, Carol. I just wanted to see Oprah getting fattened up. But I'm just saying. Did I just say that? Yeah, I mean, I love that. I love that Big Oprah.
Light in the day, man. To come to light in the day, man.
Yeah, Big Oprah sitting at that table and she starts saying, hey, I was back, Miss Silly. I ain't laughed this long in years. I was back, Miss. I'll show it. Yeah, that Oprah, man, I wanted to have some sexual relations with Oprah after that curl. I'm just saying, but LeVar Ball, he don't want to have no type of relations with that foolishness that's going on. But at the end of the day, though, Curl, you know, when you really look at the seriousness of this situation, you know, all jokes aside, I think the Lakers did the right thing. because in my eyes, LeVar Ball was smelling himself. I'm not even going to say holding his balls, but I'm going to just say smelling himself. You know when them teenagers get to a certain point where they think can't nobody tell them nothing, they can't be touched or whatever. See, that's called smelling themselves. It's not being arrogant. That's called smelling yourself. And what the Los Angeles Lakers did to LeVar Ball, they said, listen here, you gonna go smell yourself in the bathroom, but you won't be smelling yourself out on our courts, out on our facilities, not unless you got the right credentials. But as of right now, we done put you in the bathroom and lock the key. And that's the end of that Bama. Big baller, big baller. My ass.
I mean, we can take it to a step further. I mean, I see where you're coming from. I remember what you had said a couple of weeks ago when I was on with you about him being a little bit over the top and, you know, and supporting his kids, which is great, but all the stuff and all the words that he's saying isn't cool. But we can take it to another level, you know, since he did have a little Twitter war with the ass-hatting chief in the White House. This is my only issue that I had with the situation. You got this dude in the White House tweeting out whatever, making threats, putting out anti-Muslim videos and such, but you gonna put a gag order on this man for doing basically the same damn thing.
Yeah.
So we gotta look at the real deal of really what's going on here. When it's, you know, I'm not trying to get political, but you know, we gonna step into it.
Yeah, so, go ahead, Carol. This is Sports Revival. Ain't no cut-calls in. Put it out there.
No doubt. We got this dude in the White House, you know, making all these outlandish statements, got all this deflection going on, all of this BS going on, talking about fake news this, fake news that, when he is the fake news. But then you have other people doing the same thing that's trying to make money, being a capitalist. What really rules this country is not democracy, it's capitalism. And he's doing the same thing that Asshat does. He's marketing his brand. He's making money. With that Twitter beef he got into, I think they say his stock went up like $300 million. Trump is going to Mar-a-Lago 14 times. He's going to Trump Hotel in New York all of these times. Who's paying that money? The taxpayers to who? Trump. He didn't divest from his businesses like he was supposed to. He didn't even show his damn taxes. But ain't nobody brought that up. But if the man, you know, been there previously 8 months, then he produced his certificate, tax returns, showing that he was in school, showing he was summa cum laude. You know, they wouldn't have said, you know, that they was ready to hang that man on the White House with a cross burning. But yet and still you got this orange fool that's a rich man that's saying and doing all these things that's hypocritical and totally propaganda and rhetoric, and ain't nobody calling him on it. So if we really going to call out Ball for being a little bit over the top about his son, we need to call Asshat in Chief out for being over the top about his whole damn life and running this country like he is.
That's Carol Porter III, y'all. Sports on the Hill podcast. He ain't, man, that's my man. And if don't nobody like what he's saying, you be all right. And if you really feel some type of way, you always know I got that video out there. Just go ask my haters, and they'll be glad to show it to you. It's called the Honorable Rev T Kiss My Ass Award. Man, good morning to big brother Gregory L. Davis. We see you, champ. My brother and friend to them, big brother Rob Brackett, good morning to you. Mickey Donovan, good morning, champ. Margie Fidel say, okay, we can talk about the up-and-coming skin. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Oh, big brother Dolphins Percy Wiggins, good morning. My Aunt Patty in the building, y'all. Patricia Arnacoya. I love you so much, Aunt Patty. I appreciate you tuning in. Big brother Paul Newman, man, good morning to you. I'll tell it to the hot, I'll tell it to the cold. I don't want no line, and I don't want to talk to nobody signifying. I got Carol Porter III, Sports on the Hill podcast, a.k.a. Robbie Gross. Robbie Rob is what I like to call him, man. He's sitting with me this morning. Carol, we putting it out there for what a T.I. is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Always do. I love calling in, baby. You always give it to them real and uncut, and I love them coming on with you.
Yeah, that's right. Jerry Sutton say, preach, brother Carol Porter III. Speak the truth. Real talk, right on point. Good morning to the lovely Crystal Adad. She in the building, y'all. The motivational minutes, man. They doing good things, y'all. Amazon.com. Go get that book, Therapy. Therapy by Crystal M. Adad on Amazon. It's Christmas time, y'all. $10. If you don't want to donate to the Sports Revival, then go get you a copy of that book, Therapy. Carol Porter, I heard it's changing people's lives, man. I heard that sister was over in the church a couple of weeks back, man. And the things that them ladies sat there and talk about, listen here, man, very powerful. Very powerful. Crystal Women Dead, Amazon.com. Go get therapy. That book will change your life. It'll change your life. We sitting here live, y'all, Mount Top Network Radio DMV. I'm Tavon Fennell at the Real Rev T, right here live, y'all, Rev T Sports Revival. I got Carol Porter Sports on the Hill podcast sitting here with me. We dropped the bomb, y'all. We came out the gate. We started talking about why Kuta Kinte had friends, and then I heard Carol. I think Carol said he had a crush on Oprah, on the big Oprah. That was you, Carol. Yeah. Give Big Brother Anthony White, good morning to you, champ. Big Brother Red Porter, good morning to you. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all go share the post, go share the post, go share the post, go share the post, go share the post with the people. Let them know what we doing here. Tuesday through Thursday, God willing, 9:05 a.m. live right here, Mount Top Network Radio DMV, where the people's voice can be heard. Yeah, but listen here though, Carol Porter, the third Sports on the Hill podcast, sitting with me this morning. Man, we marching right now, and since we talking about the game of basketball, last night in Portland, man, you talk about when you say let the rain come down, let the rain come down, let the rain come down. Oh, hold on, come on, Carol, you know that song. Let the rain come down, let the rain come down. Yeah, listen here. Bradley Beal, he saw the light. And once he saw the light, Carol Porter III, guess what happened when Bradley Beal saw the light?
Looked like he went the hell off.
Yeah. He started to make it rain. And if you ever heard the story about the doves come down, make the doves come down from the ceiling of the sky. Lord, he made the doves come down from the sky. And when the doves came down from the sky, he made them pay for it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He made them pay for it.
I'm not going to be shy about it. I've been real hard on Bill since he signed that max contract with his inconsistency, and I said anybody making the money he making should be putting up 25, 5, and 5 every night. And with Wall going down with the shoulder injury, he that 51 he put up last night was definitely impressive. I've definitely liked the way that he stepped up after he had that little altercation with Draymond Green that he decided he wanted to throw a forearm. But ever since then, he's turned the page into like he's definitely stepping up. And the Wizards definitely had to get revenge from that loss to Portland last week at home. That was kind of embarrassing. So it's good to see that he stepped up and came out and put on the show out there.
My Lord, 703-763-4979 is the number. We sitting there talking to little Wizards. Last night, Bradley Beal was on fire, y'all. Bradley Beal went off. He put up 51 points up on the board. And, Carol, I've been saying this, man, and I'll say this and I'll stand on it. You know, the thing about the Washington Wizards, and I think you was on the show a couple of weeks back when we was talking about it, or it could have been this Sunday when I was on the show with Stephen Atkins and left-handed at RM Desk. Y'all can find him on Twitter. And Stephen Atkins, big shouts out to him. The inside_blitz, y'all, right here, Mount Top Network Radio, Sundays, 10 a.m., live and direct. I was saying to them, if I'm correct, it was with you or with them the other day, is that I always believed that the Washington Wizards should run that offense through Bradley Beal and make John Wall the second green light. And when they seem to do that, they seem to have a lot of success. And I'm not taking anything away from John Wall at all. John Wall is a hell of a player. But I also feel like Bradley Beal can be that leader as well. And if we don't watch it, you know, although Bradley Beal just re-signed that contract, you know, after a couple of years from now, he got that out clause. And if John Wall and him still together, we might see a Kyrie Irving, LeBron James type situation going on here, especially if the Wizards not winning and really being contenders.
That's a very interesting point. Now, we definitely didn't discuss that before because I've never even thought about that because I'm of the opposite mindset. I've watch Wall when they drafted him. I didn't think that he was going to pan out. I didn't think that he was going to elevate to the height that he was given. And honestly, I've seen nothing but improvement in his game year in and year out. And to me, he plays his heart out for this team, and he's dedicated. And with Bill, with his first couple of years, he was having them little injury problems. I didn't really see that dedication and that heart from him. He's starting to show it now. But as in facilitating the ball through him and having Wall as a secondary, that definitely would be interesting to see, and it definitely would probably throw off the defense a little bit, having Wall getting guarded by the off man, not by the quicker point guard. Or they might stick that. That's a very interesting mix. I never even thought about that. I got to think about that one, Red.
Yeah. You see, man, I tell it like it is. Don't be no sugarcoat with my train of thought, and I just call it for what it is. But we sitting there live, y'all, right here, Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV. I'm sitting there with Carol Porter III, Sports on the Hill podcast with his co-host, a.k.a. in absence of his co-host, a.k.a. Robert Gross. Rob, I like to call him. But, Carol, though, we're going to take a break real quick, and when we come back, since I done threw a couple of things on the table to talk about and make able, I'm going to let you flip the coin when we come back. Don't tell nobody what you're going to talk about. You put it on the table, and we going to make it able. That's solid.
That sounds good to me, Ray. Give me a quick second to think about what we're going to drop some knowledge on after this break.
Yeah, and don't try to come back talking about Big Oprah, because I love Oprah, and Oprah belongs to me. Get your own love. Get your own love. I love some Oprah, big Oprah.
No doubt.
Yeah, don't y'all freak out. We be right back, y'all. We sitting live, Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV. I'm Savon Fennell at the Real Rev T, sitting alongside joining me this morning, y'all. Carol Porter III, Sports on the Hill podcast. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ow!
Network Radio.
Specialized custom design t-shirts. Our shirts range from infants to adult 5X. We make shirts for groups, churches, organizations, and we will do personalized shirts of your favorite sports team. If you mention the Rev T Sports Revival or Mountaintop Network Radio, you would get a 10% discount off your first order. You can reach us on Facebook at Rucker Apparel. You can email us at ruckerapparel@gmail.com, or you can even give us a call at 202-577-5903.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
This is Maurice Wood with Ghostis Real Estate. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Washington metropolitan area, give me a call, 240-356-3580. When you do, mention Mountaintop Network Radio and receive a free CMA on your current home. Once again, this is Maurice Wood with Ghostis Real Estate. Give me a call today, 240-356-3580. Real estate is a relationship business. Let's build one.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
Crystal M. Adair on Mountaintop Network Radio, where the people's voice can be heard. I'm a motivational speaker and an author of the newly released Therapy, a memoir novella by Crystal M. Adair. Go click on Amazon right now. Get your 5-star copy with great reviews. I promise you, it's a book that will change your life. Again, Crystal M. Adair with Mountaintop Network Radio. Tune in again for my motivational minutes.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
This is Steven Askins, host of the Inside Blitz. You can catch me Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. right here on Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV. And we'll break down the Thursday night game, talk about the Sunday games, give you injury and fantasy pointers. So tune in Sunday mornings, 10 to 11 a.m. right here on Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, pork, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkey, rat. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, pork, beans, greens.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
We sitting there live, y'all, right here, Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV. I'm Savon Fennell at the Real Rev T. Y'all can follow me on Twitter, S4 Revival, at MTN Radio, DMV. I'm sitting here with Carol Porter III, Sports on the Hill podcast. Man, we having a good show for the people this morning. 703-763-4979 is the number, y'all.
Yeah, Rev, you breaking up a little bit there, Rev. You fading in and out on me.
There we go, Carol. 703-763-4979 is the number. You want to call in, talk a little sports with me and brother Carol Porter, Sports on the Hill podcast. Carol Porter, it's like he like my co-host or something every now and then, y'all. So it's like when we get together, it's like a blend of all types of weather. You know, don't nothing change, just the season remain the same. I'm so glad to have a brother sitting there tuning in with me this morning. I appreciate you so much, big brother Carol Porter. But listen here, though, Snip. I said when we go to break, I said when we come back, you know, for the first 30 minutes, Carol, I done threw stuff out there on the table to talk about this morning to make things able. But listen here, though. This like your show, too. What you want to talk about this morning, Carol?
All right, Rev, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate all the love. I always love calling in when I can, man. I'm going to go on a topic that I know you love just like I love. I'm going to go in about these Redskins and this local sports media lately.
Okay. Before you go into that, one thing I didn't do, man, I got to show you respect where you at. Tell the people where they can find you at, man, on Facebook, and Twitter and stuff. You all that good stuff, Carl. You know what I mean, Carl, man. Go ahead, man.
I appreciate that. You can find me on Facebook at Carol Porter III. You can also catch me on Sports on the Hill podcast page. You can Google us, Sports OTHP. We got a website. Check out our blog. Check out my blogs from the Redskins. Check out the archive shows. I got Facebook Live videos that we do a pregame, a halftime, and a postgame show. A lot of folks been tuning in and getting about 2,000 views. Folks been chiming in because they not tuning in to CSN. They not tuning in to NFL Network. They tuning in to Sports on the Hill podcast on True Radio Network because we give them DC sports without the politics. We don't give them all that BS and give them all of that rhetoric and propaganda you hear. And that's when I'm going to go in and get on my soapbox right now. Now, about 6-7 weeks ago, I started a hashtag Bill Callahan for OC because I'm tired of Jay Gruden's play calling and tired of all of the excuses when we lose and he talking about he got to look at film, but when we win, he's standing up with his chest poked out. Now, after this last loss, I understand that Brian Mitchell went on a tirade on CSN. Now, I've been calling out this man for a while. And everybody been making excuses, the players not producing, all this and that. It's turmoil at Redskins Park. But now all of a sudden that Brian Mitchell done called him out, now everybody wants to call Jay Gruden's play calling into a suspect. Now I've been saying the whole season that he's supposed to be this offensive genius. Yeah, we was ranked top 5. Sean McVay is in L.A. with the top-ranked defense. We're ranked 20th. Top-ranked offense, we're ranked 20th. Now when Mike Shanahan was here, a 2-time Super Bowl winning coach, they brought in Al Saunders when the offense sputtered. Offense been sputtering all season. Why nobody calling Jay out about why he not getting assistance on play calling? Because obviously it hasn't been working because of the inconsistency of the offense. I understand the injuries. Everybody has injuries. We also have a 2 and 3 tight end set that's been working all season, but this man wants to continue to go to 3-4 wide receivers trying to run out of it. But nobody wants to call him on it. But now all of a sudden, because somebody in the big local sports media, they got some so-called NFL clout because they call him out, now all of a sudden, I'm not crazy. I'm not hard on Jay. Because that's all I was hearing from fans. Oh, you're hard on Jay. You just don't like him. You just don't understand. No, it's football 101. We can go back to this last game where the game changed. You just lose your tackle. It's 3rd and 4. You can throw a screen pass, a delayed draw, anything. What does this man do? He calls a 5-step drop. Kirk gets hit, fumbles the ball, changes the whole complexion of the game. It's been several times this season this man has made boneheaded play calls, and no one calls him out, but they want to constantly blame the players. Sometimes you have to look at where the buck stops. It ain't Daniel Snyder. So all of that, the team ain't going to win until he gets rid of the team. All of that, y'all can hush that. All he's done is open his wallet the last 8 to 9 years and say, what do y'all need to win? He ain't got nothing to do with the play calls. He ain't got nothing to do with the soft training camp and play all the injuries we had. We don't have nothing to do with his nephew running the physical conditioning, and he's never had no NFL experience of being a physical conditioning coach. And we have the most injuries in the NFL.
Who's that? Jay Gruden
Nobody's
nephew.
calling that stuff out.
Jay Gruden nephew.
Don't blame the players.
That's Jay Gruden nephew. If y'all don't know what Curl was speaking of, I want to say good morning to Earl McClellan. We see you this morning, Earl. Appreciate you so much. Marcos, we see you, champ. Joe Gibbs Gonzalez, we see you, champ. Jason Hester, good morning, big brother. What's up with you? Ricky Ashley, good morning to you, man. Dale Abraham, good morning. Jeremiah Smith, good morning. Hey, y'all, Pedro Taylor. That's Sean Teddy Daddy. He in the building this morning. Pedro Taylor, Sean Taylor Daddy. Appreciate you so much, Pedro. The Wilson Tribe, we see you. Butch Harrell, good morning to you, champ. Sean Fennell, good morning to you. Ashani Falami, good morning to you, mama. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate y'all so much. Y'all take a moment. Go share the post with the people. 703-763-4979 is the number. I'm Tavon Fennell at The Real Rev T, sitting alongside Curl Porter from Sports on the Hill podcast. Curl done brought to the table. He say, listen here, when it all comes down to it, Gruden need to be calling out. And myself, along with Curl, for many weeks have been saying this, that Jay Gruden got to do a better job when it comes to the offense. And if you tuned into the Sports Revival 285, episode 285 yesterday on the Tuesday, I really said a couple of things need to happen, Curl, when it comes to the Washington Redskins and it comes to Jay Gruden. And the scenario I put out there was, one, if Kirk Cousins go, then guess what? Jay Gruden need to go too. And Bruce Allen need to go too. And they need to scrap the whole damn yard and let Doug Williams go out there and pick them draft picks and be the true GM of the Washington Redskins for the next 4 years or so. And let him get his coach, his quarterback, and his players, and then we'll go from there. That's if we're going to start all over. But now, listen here, though. Jay Gruden came to the podium and said that he needed to see more from Kirk Cousins over these next 4 or 5 weeks. Jay Gruden, I need to see more from you as a coach. And I've told people, and I said this yesterday, do not be masked by Jay Gruden getting signed to a 2-year contract extension that Dan Snyder won't come down and say do it to his ass. Dan Snyder don't mind firing nobody about that money, man. I'm telling you, man. Don't think that little chump change he gave him for 2 years really gonna hurt Dan Snyder's pockets, especially if it's a coach out there that's attracted to Dan Snyder's eyes. Let's act like that's not act like Curl. We ain't seen this scenario from Dan Snyder, the owner of the Washington Redskins, before. He might not do it to Bruce. But he'll damn sure do it to whoever the hell the coach is.
No doubt. Now, I'm of the opposite mindset because I'm looking at the long-term ramifications that will have. Okay, say we do get rid of Jay, and I love having Bruce in that spot. He fixed the salary cap issues that we have. The roster that we have now is improving. We've added to the defense with youth and athleticism. I can't wait for the next year's draft to see if they do the same thing again. So I'm actually in Bruce Allen's corner with the way things have gone with the franchise since he's taken over with the salary cap and all of that. But with the coaching situation, with the way the offense is, you have most of the guys locked up for at least for the next 3 or 4 years. So say you get rid of Jay, you bring in a new coach that's going to want to change philosophies, going to want to get rid of certain players, bring in certain players, and then the talent that we do have that we're starting to develop is going to be going through the next 3 or 4 years of rebuilding, losing seasons. Then when their contract comes up in 3 or 4 years, when the team's starting to finally probably make progress, but since they're older in their careers, they're going to want to go somewhere where they're guaranteed at least a playoff spot and make a run to the Super Bowl. So then you're going to be losing the talent that you've just developed and made because free agent dollars is going to take them away from us, and then you're basically starting the whole cycle over again. So that's why I'm pushing more for Bill Callahan to be the offensive coordinator and let Jay be the dumb figurehead like Jason Garrett is in Dallas. He got Scott Linehan running the offense, Rob Marinari running the defense, and he stand there and look stupid at the podium every week. We should have Bill Callahan run the offense, keep Greg Manusky running the defense, and let Jay stand there and look stupid at the podium every week. I can live with that because I think if you change the offense and even if Kurt does, walk, you still want to have some type of consistency going into that because by losing a franchise quarterback, you're going to need some type of stability to try to right the ship because you don't want to go to another 3 or 4 win season because you're going to have so much turmoil from switching coaching staff, from switching playbooks, and switching personnel. We've seen what that does to this team, and we've seen those 3 and 4 win seasons before. I don't think we are in a position right now where we have to blow everything up. We can make some adjustments and tweak some things that can right the ship instead of blowing it all up, in my opinion.
That's Carol Porter on Carol Porter, the Third Sports on the Hill podcast. I tell it to the hot, I tell it to the cold. We don't want no line, and I don't want to talk to nobody that's signifying. Let's go to some of these comments on Facebook Live. And good morning to Lisa Butler. We see you tuning in, Mama. Appreciate you so much, pretty lady. Hey, let's hear Chuck Harden say agree. But if we fire Gruden, what coach going to come here? We can't never get a top-notch coach. And coach, I was about to say coach, and Chuck, that's a true statement. He also goes on to say Bruce Allen is just a PR guy. He doesn't know how to be a good GM. That's why Scott was hired. Well,
I agree. I
agree. I agree. Yeah. But can I say something though to a lot of y'all though? And I'm glad that Chuck Harden and him and Leah Harden, I appreciate y'all so much, Kent Land's finest. I'm glad that he brought up this thing about Scott McCloughan. Let me tell y'all something. Right? The players that's basically on this roster now, right, have been the players that have been selected over the last 2-3 years. Correct, Carol?
Yes, sir.
Right. And these players were Scott McCloughan's picks, so to speak, right? That's what everybody kind of standing on, right?
That's his. It was his recipe.
Right. Then why we got all these injured ass players? Why we got players that don't know if they want to play football or not? Sewell Cravens, Josh Doxson. I mean, see, and I love the people, but cut this foolishness out about Scott McCloughan. Scott McCloughan, for what he was worth, he was good. But it ain't like the players that he left here with us is doing all that great. Name one. Name one, Carol, and shut me up. Somebody on Facebook Live, name one. 703-763-4979 is the number. Call in and name one and tell me one player. What? Brandon Scherf? His ass out there getting beat too.
Well, I'm
Morgan Moses? Morgan Moses?
Kendall Fuller. I'm going to throw Kendall Fuller out there. Pete took a chance on him after his knee surgery. He was a 4th-round pick.
And he's still injured. He's still off the injured. He's still off the injured. You see him win. Well, how many games Kendall Fuller actually play a season? Now, he's a hell of a player when he's on the field, but how often is he injured?
I think you're mistaking him for somebody else, Rev. He's been on the field for most of the season. He's leading the secondary with interceptions with 4. He had the game in interception against.
I'm talking about.
He's been pretty healthy this year.
Yeah, but no, he was injured a little bit this year, Carl. He was injured a little, and he was injured a whole lot last year and the year before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt. But he's developing. See, it's about development. You mentioned Josh Doxson. A lot of people, put a lot of pressure on him. He came in injured. And if you talk to any NFL wide receiver.
Then why would you draft an injured player? Why would you go and draft somebody that's injured?
Well, sometimes you got to take that chance.
Oh, the hell with that.
And right now, he's getting chemistry with Kurt. He's starting to live up to some of the hype with that 40-inch vertical. He's going up, getting the ball. He's been healthy pretty much the whole season. He's developing,
But he can't catch the ball. But he can't catch the ball on third down. I mean, I hear you. I hear you being light-skinned black Johnny Cochran. I hear you. I hear you, CP3, Sports on the Hill podcast with AKA Robbie Gross, AKA Robbie Rob. I hear you. But at the end of the day, though, keep going. Keep trying, because I got a clap back for you. That's what left-handed would say, clap back, clap back. I've been hanging with them people in New York, clap back.
Sometimes it takes players time to develop, and unfortunately sometimes they don't hit the ground running in the NFL. It took him a little bit of time. An NFL receiver will tell you sometimes it takes at least 3 years.
Yeah. But it took that youngster in Philadelphia, what, 1 year? It took that youngster, what's his name, Mike Evans down in Tampa Bay, what, 1 year? Huh?
Yeah.
What? And they was picking a little bit lower in the rounds after Josh Dobbs. I'm just saying. I hear you, Johnny. I hear you. Hold on. Let me go back to my marching days when I was in the. I hear you, calling out for me. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Y'all ain't know Red was a vet. Oh yes, I am. They can take that to the game. Chuck Arden, Brandon Sheriff is nice, but Brandon Sheriff has been getting beat this year too. And this ain't me just saying it with my mouth. It's on tape.
Yeah, I mean, everybody gets beat.
Yeah.
You know, they're playing a good game, man. You know, it's in my eyes, I see progress. If I didn't see progress on the defensive end, you know, I would be really upset. I mean, the offense with the injuries and everything, they're still putting up points. They're just not consistent. Jay's play calling plays a real big issue into that, and that's why I want more attention from Bill Callahan. They say he does. I talked to Diane Cheeseborough. She said that Bill Callahan does have some input. I hope they can open that up more and give him some more input, because the article that I put out, the facts is there. When he ran the Oakland offense the year they went to the Super Bowl, they were number one in run. They were number one in run offense and like number 3 in pass. He had a great balance. He built the line up. He knows how to use the line. He's going to let them run and push off the ball instead of having to drop back and go on the pass blocking all the damn time. And that's what this team can do if they get the momentum and can get, you know, wear the defense down. When you're constantly pass blocking, the defense is able to tee off. They're not getting any resistance because you're automatically stepping back to go on the pass protection so you can get into your leverage position. When you're run blocking, you're pushing off and putting leverage on them and making them work as hard as you're having to work. That's why in the fourth quarter, as you've seen teams do against the Redskins, they run the ball down their throat because the defensive line and linebackers are worn down from making those tackles and being pushed off of through the first, second, and third quarters. We see it every week in and week out, and that's the other frustrating thing about Jay. He sees it from the other coach every week when they do the same recipe against the Redskins. So why in the hell doesn't he try to do some of those same things against other teams?
Man, that's Carol Porter, Sports on the Hill podcast, with a.k.a. Robbie Gross, Robbie Rob. I like to call it. We sit there live, y'all, right here, Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV. It's the Rev T Sports Revival. Man, we just having some good talk, man, talking about the Redskins. Carol Porter laid it out there, tell it like a T.I. is. Wilson Tribe say Jamison Crowder was Scott McCloughan's pick. Yeah, he was, but Jamison Crowder, though, we what? I mean, we've only seen flashes. We haven't seen Jamison Crowder really become a threat. He don't scare nobody. Next, give me another player. Daryl Jobs Jones say a lot of players are good, but you can't. But you don't think that a lot of players are good, but you don't think that some don't want to put for a certain coaches and the chemistry is messed up since Scott left. Man, stop, man. Scott McCloughan ain't run things all here like that. See, a lot of y'all mask about foolishness. Aaron McClellan say Josh Dawson was not hurt when he got drafted. You know what? He wasn't hurt when he was drafted. But soon as he went into that first whatever, OTA practice or whatever, he got hurt. And he been hurt ever since.
He was coming off injury.
He was coming off injury. You correct on that. Albert Saucer, good morning to you. Big brother Keith DeVore, good morning, cuzzo. See you tuning in. Appreciate you and love you and the family so much. Josh Dawson is basically a rookie, but he is developed in front of our eyes. Yeah, he is. But at the end of the day, though, that's still Scott Plitt. Jerry Sutton say, great point again. Jay called the pass play when Kirk got the intentional grounding call. It was in the field. Go range. Let's not even talk about his timeout usage.
Man, don't let me go there. I went there big time on that one, and folks were blaming the defense for giving up 15 points in 3 minutes, but we still had a chance to win that game, and that's the point that I made. You could have kicked the field goal to win the game or force overtime, but you do an intentional ground and flip the whole thing up. Exactly. I wasn't even going to go there, but somebody else paying attention. That's good to hear that.
Chuck Harden say, Jerry go on to say, is he has no in-game adjustment skills and no situational football mindset skills at all. Jay had 2 good backs with the Bengals in the playoffs. He never utilized their skill sets and lost every time. And you're exactly right on that, Jerry Sutton. We appreciate your comment.
Amen.
Chuck Harden, no, but hold on. Chuck Harden then flipped the coin. He say, Chuck Harden then say, the hell with that, Rev. He say the hell with that Carol Porter III from Sports on the Hill podcast, with a.k.a. Robbie Gross. He say the hell with that. He say to me, the offense isn't the problem. The defense need a better D-line. We have to send linebackers to get pressure. Hold up. Wait a minute. Chuck it in, threw it in the finish. Man, he done hit it on the nose right there. And we talked about that yesterday. What's his name? McClain, McGee. Let me say their names again. Bammers. Bammers.
I can't let that slide, Red. I can't let that slide at all. I don't understand how folks are going to continue to blame the defense. This defense, if you recall, early in the season, forcing turnovers, getting them in the red zone. What do? Turn it over, get a field goal. The defense has stepped up in every facet with who's came in, backups to backups. They've been effective, but they've gotten worn down by bad play calling, by 3-and-outs, and inconsistency by the offense. This team comes out balling in the first half. We've all seen it. First quarter, this defense has teams going 3-and-out and wearing them down, and then the other team, as he said, makes in-game adjustments. Jay doesn't. He gets 3-and-outs. The other team adjusts. They find ways to find holes in the defense because they start wearing our defense down, and then everybody wants to jump on the defense about, they gave us 15 points in 3 minutes. Yeah, but they held them to 16 points for 47 minutes, and that team was on a roll. So before you start pointing the finger at the defense, who's been answering the bell at every call, they've had the same amount of injuries that the offense have had, but you haven't seen none of the inconsistency or the boneheaded timeouts, false starts, and BS that goes on the offensive end. So if you're going to call the defense out for having, miscues, then you got to hold the fire to the offense with the false starts, the illegal formations, the calling timeouts after the 2-minute warning, after you just called the damn play. Why is all this function going on? We are the worst team at the end of halves and the end of games. That isn't on the defense. We are getting outscored by 86 points at the end of the first half and the end of the game. That ain't got nothing to do with defense. That goes to ineffective offense, getting 3-and-outs and can't do a damn 2-minute drill because the offense is predictable because Jay been going 3-4 wide receiver the whole game, so the defense already knows how to counter that when we go into the 2-end for the offense. And, not to mention that Kurt doesn't have full control of the line and he can't make full adjustments. He can only make certain adjustments that Jay allows him to. As we've seen, he's made calls that he had to adjust out of and still got blown up because he doesn't have the whole open playbook because Jay's an egomaniac and doesn't give him full control like we've seen, up in Philly, second-year quarterback. He has full reign. We've seen him make adjustments and get us twice and beat us. But we can't do that because Jay has to have his hands on everything, and with his Arena League background, he doesn't deserve to have all of that power. That's all I got to say about that.
Man, Daryl Jones say Bruce Allen is a cancer to this team. He also goes on to say, why do players come here and stay hurt? Daryl Jobs say, we don't have a pass rusher outside of Kerrigan. Mickey Donovan say, Minuski doesn't blitz enough. Margie Fennell say, our defense is not a problem. Kerrigan still pushing and giving pressure. Here comes Chuck Harden. He say, McGee 5 years, $25 million. And McClain 4 years, $21 million. What they do for our D-line? How many sacks, pressures, tackles for loss? Yeah, that's a good point, Chuck.
We went from running the ball. We were running the ball down our throat. We've under 100 yards containing the ball. If you in a 3-4 defense, your D-line don't really get sacks. They get pressure and suck up blockers, so your linebackers, a.k.a. Zach Brown, who's leading the league in tackling, can run free and get the tackles and clean up things. Yes, they haven't lived up to the so-called contract, but they're 25 and 26 years old in the developmental year, and they're improving on the way up. They're not a 29-year-old veteran that Vinny Serrato would take a flyer on and give up a draft pick, and we get nothing out of it. So there's progress there. They might not be getting the Pittsburgh numbers that we are, but the team is playing better. You have to, even though the numbers don't show it, you have to look at the product on the field. They've been playing well. They've been getting 3 and outs. We were worse than that last year. Now they're middle of the pack, moving to the top 10. So it isn't always about instant gratification. It takes time. When you got to your job, you didn't learn everything right then and there and was perfect at it the second day or the third day. You had to work up to that. They're using backups to backups. We have rookies on the whole side of the secondary sometimes.
703-763-4979 is the number. Wilson Tribe say, Big Brother Richard from the Wilson Tribe say, he say Kerrigan Jive overrated. Hold on. Good morning to Wilfredo Sotaro. We see you tuning in. Margie Fennell says, so right, Carol Porter. Mickey Donovan, he fed it different. He say it's on the defense at the end of the in the highs. We can go 18, can go down for a play, and those get touched, even play, and walk straight in the end zone. How was all that on the offense? Jerry Sutton goes on to say, to me, our coaches burning our defense to shreds by not having a stable offense with too many 3 and outs. The D, their tongues are hanging out. In other words, the defense get tired. That Jerry Sutton agree with you. Margie Fennell say, Kerrigan not no job overrated. He has stability and constant. Daryl Jobs going to say, our front office, period. Who you think is putting these people in these places? Wilson Tribe say, Kerrigan had double-digit sacks since he's been here. Chuck Harden say, I agree to a point, but I look at other teams and they get pressure from their line. We don't never have that. That's what the people saying. Hey, listen here, this is a sports revival. Yeah, listen here, why tweet about it, why Facebook about it, when you can talk about it, man, to have your voice be heard right here at Mountain Top Network Radio DMV. Man, we had a good show for the people this morning. When I rose this morning, and I rose through the morning sunshine, I picked up the telephone, and I had Carol Porter on my mind, and damn if he ain't pop up real clear into this atmosphere right here, live on Mountain Top Network Radio DMV. Carol, tell the people where they can find you at, Chain.
Hey, man, appreciate it, Rev. You can find me on True Radio Network, Sports on the Hill podcast. You can follow me on Facebook at Carol Porter III. You can follow me on Twitter at Tattoo Scorpio. You can follow me on Instagram at iCarolPorter. You can follow Sports on the Hill podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can Google us. You can check out our website. We got the apparel line popping. Apparel. You can check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We got the hoodies, sweatshirts, T-shirts, hats still pending. I'm working on negotiations for that. We know it's all politics and that, Rev. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate you having me on, man. I had to call in. It's been a while, so I'm glad I caught you on the day when we could talk about some real shit and talk about some real Redskins. And I always love calling in with you, man. We'll talk offline about me filling in for you. I'll get up with you in a couple of days after I get my schedule taken care of. I got some major moves coming my way, too, sir.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you so much, man. That's Carol Porter, Sports on the Hill podcast with Robbie Gross. I call him a.k.a. Robbie Rob, y'all. And glad to have you tuning in this morning. And I want to thank everybody that tuned in this morning, Facebook Live. Y'all participation this morning was awesome. I appreciate it. Let's go look at the numbers on Mountain Top Network Radio, y'all. And if anybody ever think I'm lying, I'll be damn sure glad to send you a live shot. When I say about numbers, I say about numbers. Let's look at the numbers right now. This morning, right now, streaming live on Mountain Top Network Radio, we looking at 1,129 listeners right now. So y'all need to go play that number. 1129 is the number to play today. If you hit the number, wherever you live at, make sure you send a Sports Survival donation. Well, that's what it is, Carol. Right here, Mountain Top Network Radio DMV, sitting there on the network. We preach y'all 1,100, where it just went up to 30 now. 1,130 listeners live this morning. And we appreciate y'all so much. And listen here, Carol, I'll tell it to the hot. I tell it to the cold. I don't want no line, and I don't want to talk to nobody that be signifying, man. I'm Tavon Fennell at The Real Rev T, and for Carol Porter, Sports on the Hill podcast with Robbie Gross sitting in with me this morning. Hey, man, I'll see y'all tomorrow, God willing. Now, if God got a different plan for me, well, then I'll see y'all sometime next week. See how that works? That's how we roll here on the Mountaintop Network Radio. Again, I'm Tavon Fennell at The Real Rev T. Make sure you go follow me at The Real Rev T on Twitter, at Sport Revival without the S, Sport Revival on Twitter, at MTN Radio DMV. Go catch the replay on iTunes, Stitches, YouTube, wherever it might hit you. Hell, we all across the land. Just put in Rev T or Rev T Sports Revival, and it'll lead you to the promised land. Again, I'm Tavon Fennell at The Real Rev T. Curl, you want to say something else real quick before we get out of here, Chain?
Hey, man, it's always a blessing to call in with you, man. Y'all have a good day. Appreciate all the fans talking in. Can't wait to do the show again with you. I might be able to call in again tomorrow, man. You never know.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, man, y'all have a good day and love somebody. Let's go, y'all. Ow!